This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
It's been nearly a year since 3 kids were killed crossing a highway to get to their school bus. This morning, their accused killer will stand trial. We're live up in Fulton County with the very latest.
Plus, it's been 7 months since baby Amaya disappeared. Now at 6 o'clock, what her mother says is making the search for her daughter so difficult. 6 o'clock on your Tuesday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Meredith Barrett.
And I'm Lauren Casey, and Todd Clausen is with us this morning, breaking down what we can expect in our forecast today, starting out chilly, Todd.
Yeah, you know, there's a little bit of everything, I think, in this forecast. We have some sunshine, but cool this morning. Then it's mild this afternoon with increasing clouds. And then there's even some rain in the forecast. So what do you need here as you walk out the door? Well, you'll need the sunglasses once the sun comes up right around 8 o'clock here this morning. And you probably need the medium jacket with temperatures that are currently in the 30s and 40s. Probably not quite cold enough for the hat and gloves. And I didn't check the umbrella off because it's not until probably 7 o'clock onward that you'll have the chance of seeing some showers here across central Indiana. So I don't think there's the need to carry it around throughout the entire day. So we're mainly clear right now, just a few high, thin clouds. You don't see much in the way of cloud cover or rain off to our west with that cold front, but eventually that will get here later on this evening. But lots and lots of sunshine and lots of dry hours today as well. Starting off sunny at 8 a.m., 43 degrees. We do warm quickly. Look at that. Already by noon, we'll have a temperature that'll be at 63 degrees. We warm quickly because the winds, they will pick up. It becomes pretty gusty out there this afternoon. We'll talk more about the afternoon forecast and the rain this evening coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Here is a live look at some major construction going on here on the north side of town. This is an ongoing project, but look at all that equipment across the road. This is I-465 near Ditch Road. You can see traffic down to 1 lane and restricted in the opposite direction. It's a little bit slow going eastbound this morning. You can see we have some heavy traffic, but everything is still traveling through here. There's no stop traffic, so that is good news. We'll continue to monitor that and keep you updated, but let's take a look at our map. Another area you may run into some slowdowns due to road work is here on northbound I-65 heading in from the south side. It's slow just a little bit between Southport Road and the I-465 ramp, so give yourself just a few extra minutes heading through that area.
It has been nearly a year since the community of Rochester and Fulton County was changed forever. On the morning of October 30th, Xavier and Mason Engel, along with their older sister Olivia Stahl, were hit and killed as they crossed the street to get on their school bus. Maverick Law was also hit but survived. Today, the trial for Alyssa Shepard, the woman charged in the crash, will get underway.
Our Kelsey Anderson joining us live from Rochester this morning as this trial gets underway. Kelsey, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, so Alyssa Shepard is facing 5 different counts, 3 of them for reckless homicide, 1 count of criminal recklessness resulting in serious bodily harm, and 1 count of illegally passing a school bus. Shepard could face a maximum of 21.5 years if convicted of all charges in this case. So to remind you, the accident happened the morning of October 30th at the intersection of State Road 25 and County Road 400 North in Fulton County. Police say Shepard allegedly disregarded the stop arm and lights on a stopped bus in front of a mobile home park, and that's when she hit 4 kids who were crossing the street to board the bus. 9-year-old Olivia Stahl and her twin brothers Xavier and Mason Engel were all pronounced dead at the scene. 11-year-old Maverick Lowe was flown to the hospital in critical condition and has since been released and is still recovering from his injuries. Since the crash, there have been many changes to safety. So now stop arms on buses are required to have cameras, and children are no longer allowed to cross state highways to board the bus. So Shepard's trial is set to begin here at the Fulton County Courthouse around 8:30 this morning. We will bring you updates on air and online throughout the day. Live in Fulton County, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
And as Kelsey just mentioned, since that crash last October, state lawmakers have made school bus safety a top priority. In July, lawmakers passed tougher penalties for drivers who pass school bus stop arms. Police across the state have also started riding school buses as an effort to catch drivers blowing past the stop arms. The effort is part of a $400,000 grant issued by Governor Eric Holcomb. The cameras are also now required on school bus stop arms. In addition, children can no longer cross state highways to get on the school bus.
A hearing is scheduled later this morning for the man accused of renting his adopted daughter an apartment and abandoning her in Tippecanoe County. Michael Barnett and his now ex-wife adopted a young girl from Ukraine in 2010. but they say the girl was actually an adult pretending to be a child. Earlier this month, Barnett's attorney filed a motion to dismiss the charges.
Well, the mother of missing baby Amaya says the threats and harassment continue more than 6 months after her daughter disappeared. Baby Amaya was last seen on March 9th. Robertson says there's not a day that goes by that she doesn't think about where her daughter Amaya is. But she says the search is still being made more difficult by people spreading misinformation and threatening her online.
I get threatened that I'm going to be protested at my job, protested at houses that I'm at. I get threatened that I'm going to get beat up, whatever the case may be. And I mean, this isn't how it should be. I mean, this is a 1-year-old that is missing that would love to be home and gets no help from people because they waste their time spending it on bashing me.
Investigators continue to ask the public to come forward with information about what happened to baby Amaya. Please keep them updated if you know anything.
Metro police say a shooting that left a man dead on the southwest side happened during a struggle for a gun during some sort of transaction. Police were called to the scene on Man Road south of Kentucky Avenue around 4 o'clock Monday afternoon. Investigators say other people who may have been involved with the transaction are cooperating. If you have any information about what may have happened during the incident, please call Crime Stoppers.
Here at 6:06, Indianapolis public school teachers and students are getting specialized training this week. It's all part of the district's racial equality initiative. Our Alyssa Donovan is joining us live this morning. Alyssa, this is one of the main priorities for the district this year.
That's right, Lauren, and the goal is to create a community where student outcome cannot be determined by race or ethnicity. That's one of the main priorities for the district this year. Now, yesterday, hundreds of educators participated in the Racial Equity Summit on the Marian University campus. There was a panel of experts and special viewing of a documentary, and that training is provided to teachers and other school staff. It's supposed to allow the creation of school equity teams. These groups will work on new ways to develop measurable goals, engage in study groups, and understand racism in all its forms, including when and where it occurs in the school community. Pat Payne, the director for the Racial Equity Initiative, says there's a major difference between equity and equality, and racial equity is the goal of the Indianapolis Public School District.
Equality is where, for instance, you give every child the same book. But if every child can't read that book, then equity comes in where you make sure that you give children what they need to. And so that's where we're at in the Indianapolis Public Schools. Equity is our goal.
The hope is that this will help teachers meet the needs of all their students. And this is the second year that Indianapolis Public Schools has participated in this Racial Equity Summit. But this year they're starting something new. They have a youth portion to that summit, and that starts today. Reporting live, Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
Alyssa, thank you. The Indianapolis City County Council has passed Mayor Joe Hogsett's 2020 budget, includes $1.2 million for IMPD body cameras, an additional $8 million for the Department of Public Works, which is about a 5% increase, and a 40% cut of funding to the mayor's office. For a more in-depth look at the budget, you can head to the RTV6 app and click on this story.
At 6:08, it's only felt like fall for a couple of weeks now, but the Indiana Department of Transportation is already preparing for winter. Later today, INDOT will inspect each snow plow in Indianapolis, in the whole area, really, to make sure that the department there is ready for plowing and salting our streets. It will be the first fleet inspection in the city. INDOT's winter operations usually run from mid-November through mid-March, but as you know, it all depends on Mother Nature. A small organization doing big things to help those who are often overlooked in the job application process because of their disability. Just ahead here in Hiring Hoosiers, how the Help the World Foundation is breaking down the barriers for Hoosiers to get them on the dream career path.
Plus, are you thinking about the holiday gift-giving season? We are working for you this morning with what you should buy now and what you should wait on. Todd.
And Meredith, the day gets off to a great start. You do not need to have the umbrella handy this morning or this afternoon. You can leave it at home, but if you do have plans this evening, you'll want to grab that umbrella as rain showers are set to arrive. We'll talk about the timeline and how long those showers will stick around. Coming up in your Storm Team 6 forecast, you're watching Good Morning Indiana right here on RTV6.
lasting energy to outlast your morning.
Welcome back. A traffic alert right now for drivers on the north side of town. We've been showing you that road maintenance near Ditch Road, leaving one eastbound lane open. You can see we have a backup now. This is at Michigan Road, heading past that construction at Ditch Road. So just a heads up as you're hopping on the interstate here on the north side of town, you could run into these issues. We have both directions pretty slow, but especially the eastbound direction at this hour. We'll keep a close eye on the spot and keep you updated, but you may want to seek an alternate route. Well, Hiring Hoosiers is RTV6's commitment to connecting you to resources to help you land that job.
A small indie-based nonprofit makes it their mission to do big things for those living with disabilities, land a job they want and are excited about.
Amanda Starantino shows us how Help the World Foundation weeds through the bad to get to all the good for the people they serve.
If we're sold out, then we are sold out.
Alex Stanhart is at your service at the Indianapolis Downtown Marriott.
My passion is here. I love the hotel business. I love helping people.
As an agent, he helps guests with anything they need while staying at the hotel.
I will go to the ends of the earth if it means that I'll be the last point of contact. That's what we're here for.
His work ethic and drive makes him a great employee, despite what some people might think when they first meet Alec.
They just look at my disability and they write me off as, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. But if you speak to me for 5 minutes, then you understand that mentally I have it.
Alec was born with a congenital condition that causes his joints to be stiff and immobile. It's made getting hired a challenge for Alec, although he is perfectly able to work.
Labeling people with disabilities just as a person with a disability is not okay to me, especially if I'm more qualified than the people who are hiring. When you go through so many interviews and you keep getting told, no, we have better hires, and I can see right through it. I see the only reason you didn't hire me was because you were afraid.
That's when Alec connected with the Help the World Foundation and Kara Critchlow, the nonprofit organization's lead employment specialist.
When someone starts a job, we start it too. When they work, we work. We've got some that just need help getting back into the workforce and others that need a lot more intervention.
Help the World provides employment services to people of all abilities, supporting them every step of the way through the job search, hiring process, and fulfilling their career goals.
We're there to make it easier for both employees and employers, removing some of that stigma that maybe there might need more staff hours or might need more attention, it might cost more. We're there to kind of absorb that and say, no, it's just like anybody else.
The foundation also helps employees with transportation needs, accommodations on the job, and proper scheduling depending on the employee's needs. With Kara's help, Alec found his perfect job fit at the Indianapolis Marriott, one where he is employed full-time, able to grow in the company, and pursue his personal career goals.
It meant everything to me because it's not only just getting the job, but it's people looking past someone with a disability. I felt almost giving up, but then I came to this hotel and they gave me the opportunity of a lifetime. So my dream job is to be a manager at a hotel, and I think it'd be great for people, not just people with disability, but people, period, that if I can do it, you can too.
Well, since 2017, Help the World has helped 50 Hoosiers land employment in the state. Help the World is always in need of volunteers, human services interns, and monetary donations. You can learn more about Help the World at hiringhoosiers.com. Just look for that story. Back here at 6:16, though, we need to talk about the forecast.
Yeah, Todd, it's a little chilly out there, but the good news is things are going to warm up, and it's going to turn into a pretty delightful day.
Yeah, you know, until about this evening, we will have great weather in the forecast, honestly. It is chilly this morning, but we'll warm quickly with some stronger winds that'll start to build in. But as you look at the rain timeline, I wouldn't really pay too much attention to the 20% chance. That's just a maybe stray shower that gets in here before the front arrives. But it's really this evening that you'll notice that the rain chances will start to ramp up. So sunset this time of year is just after 7 o'clock. So I kind of target sunset and then beyond for the rain chances here throughout the day today. But your morning commute, that is going to be just fine. We have partly cloudy skies across the area. 43 degrees, that's the current temperature. The wind, not much of an issue right now, but that wind will really start to pick up throughout the day today, and that's maybe one of the biggest flaws that we'll have to contend with, at least throughout the afternoon hours, is some wind gusts that could be over 20 miles per hour, and here are those temperatures currently running a little bit warmer than we were yesterday. We're in the 30s and 40s right now, and as we work our way throughout the day today, as we start to kick those winds in, our temperatures will warm really quickly with lots of sunshine here this morning. In fact, by the noon hour, hour, we're already up to 64 degrees. That'll be warmer than we were throughout the entire day yesterday. And then we'll see our temperatures climb into the low 70s as we get into the 4 or 5 o'clock hour. And then we'll start to build those showers into the forecast. So the satellite radar picture is not showing a whole lot right now, just some high, thin clouds. And a lot of times you can see the cold front on our satellite radar picture with the clouds and the showers, but there's not a whole lot going on right now, so it's hard to depict that front, but it's off to our west, and it'll arrive here later on this afternoon. So mostly sunny to start, turning partly cloudy throughout the afternoon hours, then mostly cloudy this evening. And then here are these showers as they start to get going. They're mainly going to be pretty scattered in nature, but there could be a few heavier showers and maybe a rumble of thunder in southern and eastern locations as we get a little bit closer to the midnight hours. So make sure you join Kevin Gregory this evening. He'll be tracking these showers and storms through central Indiana for you. And by the time we get to Wednesday morning's commute, the rain will be well off to the east. We're not looking at a lot in the way of rainfall for most of us, but we get some of those thunderstorms to the south and off to the east. Not out of the question that we could be up near an inch of rain, but most of us, it's just a couple hundredths of an inch to maybe about a tenth of an inch of rain here in the metro area. But the bottom line is there is shower chances this evening, so have the umbrella handy with temperatures that will be in the 60s. Now, once that front goes through, it is much cooler tomorrow, 53 degrees with skies that'll be mostly sunny. So it's a bright day for us on Wednesday. It's just a little bit on the cool side. Thursday, we're at 58 degrees with sunshine. Then we start to warm up Friday up to 65 degrees. And then by the time we get to your Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at temperatures in the 70s once again. So very similar to what we'll see today, with a few spotty showers sneaking in here on Sunday and then continuing into Monday.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Let's take a look right now at traffic. This is on the north side of town where we are monitoring a lot of construction this morning. You can see all the equipment there on your screen. I-465 and Ditch Road down to one eastbound lane. And that was slowing down traffic, backing it up pretty bad near Michigan Road as people are hopping on the interstate. But you can see the good news is once you get past this area, things are moving. So we'll keep an eye on that spot. We do want to update you. Crews have wrapped up work down here on the south side on northbound I-65 near Southport Road. That was causing just a little bit of delay here as you're heading in from the south side of town towards Indianapolis. So just a heads up, that should be back running up to speed very smoothly.
It's hard to believe, but the holidays are right around the corner. And this morning, John Matarese is working for you with what's a good bargain now and what you should wait to buy until Black Friday so you don't waste your money.
It's now mid-October, which means Black Friday is just 5 weeks away. So should you shop now or hold off till November? The savings website DealNews.com has just released its list of the best things to buy in October. Deal News calls this a very tricky month with the biggest shopping event of the year coming soon. But it says some items are better buys right now. Deal News says October is a great month to buy shrubs and perennials. They're on sale now and they won't be next spring. Also 2014 cars and trucks and vacations and cruises. Lots of deals now. They'll be more expensive to book in December. What to wait on? Deal News says hold off for a few weeks on cold weather apparel, big screen TVs, and laptops and iPads. November is bargain time for electronics. Finally, Deal News says to get the best price on a Halloween costume, wait till next week when stores start slashing costume prices. And that way you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese. Good morning, Indiana.
For more money-saving tips and ideas, you can visit the money section of our website, theindychannel.com.
Well, 2 firefighters out in Utah are sporting shiny purple fingernails this morning after the break. How their new look helped a little girl in a serious crash. At 6:21, stick around. We'll be right back.
So hurry in while prices are falling.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. Time right now is 6:23. We are monitoring a crash right now on the south side, really slowing down traffic. Take a look here. The crash is blocking 2 lanes of northbound I-65 near East Stop 11 Road. This is a live look sort of near County Line Road. That's the closest exit to this. So we'll be keeping an eye on this, but expect delays as you're traveling in from the south side.
Before you head out the door, it's time for the Trending 6.
These are some of the stories that everyone's sharing online today and talking about that you'll want to know about. Well, you want to take a close look at this one. This image of 2 Utah firefighters going viral. These 2 North Davis firefighters are sporting purple manicures given to them by a little girl who was in an accident. The firefighters say the girl was very scared, so they asked her about the purple nail polish she was holding. Then they asked her to paint their fingernails, and they said that she calmed down within minutes.
Oh, that's a great one. Lay's is taking a beloved food pairing and morphing it into chip form. Just in time for the cooler weather, they are introducing grilled cheese and tomato soup chips. The chips are expected to hit grocery shelves next Monday. The company describes the new snack as a dynamic combination of tomato taste and buttery cheese with underlying creamy and toasted notes. I am here for that.
We'll have to try
Sounds
that.
great.
Sounds pretty good. Well, a Panera employee is out of a job after leaking a not-so-secret trade secret. The woman posted a quick clip on TikTok. It showed a frozen pack of Panera's white cheddar mac and cheese being put into hot water, and then she empties it out into the bowl and then serves it to the customers. Well, the clip earned nearly 250,000 likes on the app, but in another video, the user tearfully shared that she'd been fired from her job.
The NASCAR race in Talladega had to finish up Monday due to a rainy Sunday, and race fans definitely got what they were paying for. The battle between Ryan Blaney and Ryan Newman coming down to a photo finish. Blaney beat out Newman by just inches for his first win of the season.
There
they go.
Oh my goodness, that was
by a
close.
nose.
Well, hiker rescues happen often, but crews were not expecting to have to carry Floyd down the mountain. He's a 190-pound Mastiff who just couldn't make it down a trail in Utah. Floyd's owner says she got exhausted and he just plopped himself down and refused to move. We've all seen dogs do that, right? But thanks to a rescue team, Floyd got down the trail in a stretcher. The whole ordeal took about 4 hours, and the rescue crew says Floyd was a good boy. He says, I'm tired and I'm done.
And he's like, and there better be a big bag of milk bones waiting for me at the end.
Oh, Floyd's so cute.
They say I would never run again, but God had other plans.
An Oklahoma teenager who was once paralyzed is now running again. Caleb Freeman, a high school track star, was set to receive college scholarships, but 2 years ago he was in a car crash that left him with a critical brain injury. Last week, Freeman was able to run a 5K with his teammates, circling back to cross the finish line again with him. Way to go.
That's awesome. All right, we want to bring in Todd, talk about the forecast today. Todd, my husband just texted me. He's playing golf today, this afternoon. He says, is everything looking okay? And you said it's going to be a pretty nice day.
It'll be a little breezy.
Okay.
So hopefully that helps his slice.
Okay.
But you don't have to worry about any rain until after sunset this evening for the most part. So that's the good news. We'll get you out the door, first of all, with lots of sunshine. It's a cool but bright morning for us. Temperature should be right around 40 degrees at 8 a.m. By the noon hour, though, partly cloudy, already up to 63. So we do warm very quick this morning with increasing clouds. Those showers will arrive around 7 o'clock. Then we'll deal with them throughout the evening hours. But before they arrive, everybody climbs up into the 70s for afternoon highs. Time now is 6:27. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
That's the benefit of Medicare from Anthem.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
I'm Kelsey Anderson, live in Fulton County this morning, outside the Fulton County Courthouse, where Alyssa Shepard, the woman accused of killing 3 children last year in a bus crash accident, is expected to start her trial today. We'll have a live report coming up.
And a man is in custody this morning for the stabbing death of his mother. How a shooting downtown led to his arrest.
I'm Melissa Donovan. The new IPS superintendent is making racial equity a priority this year. All of the details coming up.
All right, it is 6:30 here on your Tuesday. We want to thank you for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick, meteorologist Todd Clausen joining us. We have another cooler start to our day, Todd, but things are going to turn out really, really nice once the afternoon hits.
Yeah, you know, the trade-off is a little bit of a gusty wind, but it's a southerly wind, and that's going to take our temperatures up into the 70s later on. But as Meredith mentioned, it is a little on the cool side this morning, so definitely need to include the jacket here with your morning checklist. The sunglasses needed as well, at least for the first half of the day, and your outdoor workout is good to go. I did not check the umbrella because it's not until this evening that you would run into some rain chances. So I don't think there's the need to carry the umbrella around all day long for the rain chances that won't arrive until later on tonight. It's pretty quiet right now with just a few high thin clouds out there. What we'll wait on is two fronts to come through. First, a warm front that brings the temperatures up into the 70s with the gusty winds. And then you can't really see it here with the exception of some showers up near Minneapolis. That's the cold front that will come through later on this evening. So no threat of rainfall this morning. In fact, the first half of our day here is going to be the brightest part of our day with lots of sunshine, and temperatures will quickly warm out of the 40s to near 60 degrees already by 11 a.m. We'll continue into the 70s. We'll talk more about the warmth and the timeline of the rain showers for later on coming up in just a few minutes. Lauren.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. We want to take you right down to the south side right now where we have a traffic alert for drivers who are heading in from the south side. Take a look here at this backup near County Line Road, that exit there in Greenwood. You can see the northbound lanes are stop and go at this hour and there on the exit ramp. So use caution in this area. We do have a crash that's blocking 2 lanes near Stop 11 Road, and that is causing this backup. We also have a reported injury. So we'll continue to keep a close eye on this on the south side this morning, and of course we'll keep you updated.
Just a few hours from now, the trial will begin for the woman accused of killing 3 siblings and seriously injuring another boy at a bus stop in Fulton County. The crash happened on October 30th of last year. Our Kelsey Anderson joins us live from Fulton County with more on the charges that woman now faces. Kelsey, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, so Alyssa Shepard is charges 3 counts of reckless homicide, 1 count of criminal recklessness resulting in serious bodily harm, and 1 count of illegally passing a school bus. Shepard could face a maximum of 21.5 years if she's convicted of all the charges in this case. To remind you, the accident happened the morning of October 30th near the intersection of State Road 25 and County Road 400 North in Fulton County. Police say Shepard allegedly disregarded the stop arm and lights on a stopped bus in front of a mobile home park, and that's when she hit 4 kids who were crossing the street to board that bus. 9-year-old Olivia Stahl and her twin brothers Xavier and Mason Engel were all pronounced dead at the scene. 11-year-old Maverick Lowe was flown to the hospital in critical condition. He has since been released and is still recovering from his injuries. Now, since the crash, there have been safety changes made. Now, buses are required to have cameras on their stop arms, and children are not allowed to cross state highways to get on that bus. So again, Shepard's trial starts today at 8:30 here at the Fulton County Courthouse. We'll bring you updates on air and online. Live in Fulton County, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you. Since that crash last year, state lawmakers have made school bus safety a priority. In July, lawmakers passed tougher penalties for drivers who pass school bus stop arms. Police across the state have also started riding school buses in an effort to catch drivers blowing past stop arms. The effort is part of a $400,000 grant issued by Governor Eric Holcomb. Cameras are also now required on school bus stop arms. In addition, children can no longer cross state highways to get on the bus.
Here at 6:34 this morning, a man accused of stabbing his own mother to death in Speedway is in custody with a gunshot wound. Police were called out to a shooting in the heart of downtown around 6:45 last night at Pennsylvania and Maryland. That's where they found Vincent Edge, who had been shot in the leg. Investigators had been looking for the 39-year-old man after his mother was found dead in a home on White Horse Road on Sunday. Police say it's not clear right now who shot Vincent. And Metro Police are continuing to look into a shooting that left a man dead outside of a convenience store on the southwest side. Police say this happened around 4:15 Monday afternoon on Man Road near Kentucky Avenue. Officers believe 2 men were involved in a transaction when one of them pulled out a gun. They fought over the gun, and that's when one of the men was shot. The victim's identity has not been released.
A woman who was caught on video slapping a child with disabilities on a school bus has been ordered to serve jail time. An attorney released this video of the incident. Francella Van Fossen was also sentenced to 10 days in jail, community service, and fines. According to court documents, she was working as a Noblesville school bus aide when she slapped a 10-year-old girl on a bus in May. The report says the girl has a brain injury, so she uses a special wheelchair and needs help with with basic needs.
The mother of a teen who was killed himself inside of a Richmond school in December, now facing felony charges herself. The 43-year-old Mary York is charged with 6 felonies, including dangerous control of a child and 5 counts of neglect of a dependent, as well as a misdemeanor charge of criminal recklessness. York called police on December 13th to warn them that her 14-year-old son intended to open fire at Dennis Intermediate School. Police and the teen exchanged gunfire before that teen turned the gun on himself. Indianapolis Public School District staff are receiving specialized training this week.
It's all part of the district's racial equity initiative. Our Alyssa Donovan is live this morning. And Alyssa, this is one of the main priorities for the district.
That's right, Meredith, and they've already seen progress since implementing this goal. IPS is one of the few districts in the country that's trying to create a community where student outcome has nothing to do with race or ethnicity. Now, yesterday, educators and administrators participated in the 2nd annual Equity Team Summit and Community Conversation. There was a panel of experts and a special viewing of a documentary. The efforts have been so impactful in the district that there are now 22 IPS schools participating in the initiative, with 3 high schools added just this year. The work and training includes the creation of school equity teams. These groups work on new ways to develop measurable goals, engage in study groups, and understand racism in all its forms, including when and where it occurs in the school community. Now, Pat Payne, the director for the Racial Equity Initiative, says there's a major difference between equity and equality, and racial equity is the goal of the Indianapolis Public School District.
Equality is where, for instance, you give every child the same book. But if every child can't read that book, then equity comes in where you make sure that you give children what they need, see? And so that's where we're at in the Indianapolis Public Schools. Equity is our goal.
The district says most of their teachers are white, while a majority of students are black and brown, which is why this year teachers new to the district will experience 2-day racial equity training to better prepare them to meet challenges they may face in the classroom. Now, in addition to that additional training teachers that are new to the district will be undergoing, they've actually added to the summit this year a youth portion. That starts today. Reporting live, Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
Alyssa, thank you. It is 6:38. A funeral for the Indiana State Trooper who was killed in a crash now scheduled for later this week. Visitation for Trooper Peter Stephen will be held this Thursday from 2 to 8 at Crossroads Community Church up in Kokomo. The funeral service will be held Friday morning at 11 o'clock at the same church. And this morning, a squad car still on display outside of State Police Post in Tippecanoe County, where you can pay your respects. It's covered in flowers and notes of condolences, which one fellow trooper says means a lot.
It's great to see. It's great to have that support. We don't always have that support, but unfortunately, times like this, we get a lot of support, and it's nice because doing what he did and doing what we do, it's tough at times, but Bo was always there, to step up and answer that call.
Investigators say Trooper Stephen was driving to assist another trooper when his car went off Old State Road 25 and crashed. He's survived by a wife and a 5-month-old daughter.
The mother of missing baby Amaya says the threats and harassment continue more than 6 months after her daughter disappeared. Baby Amaya was last seen on March 9th. Amber Robertson says there's not a day that goes by that she doesn't think about where her daughter Amaya is, but says the search is being made more difficult by people spreading misinformation and threatening her online.
I get threatened that I'm going to be protested at my job, protested at houses that I'm at. I get threatened that I'm going to get beat up, whatever the case may be. And I mean, this isn't how it should be. I mean, this is a 1-year-old that is missing, that would love to be home and gets no help from people because they waste their time spending it on bashing me.
Investigators continue to ask the public to come forward with any information about what happened to baby Amaya. If you know anything, please contact Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS.
A hearing is scheduled later this morning for the man who is accused of renting his adopted daughter an apartment and abandoning her in Tippecanoe County. Michael Barnett and his now ex-wife adopted a young girl from Ukraine back in 2010, but they say that girl was actually an adult just pretending to be a child. Earlier this month, Barnett's attorney filed a motion to dismiss those charges. Well, we're just hours away from another presidential debate showdown. Here's a live look at the stage in Ohio, where 12 Democratic candidates will face off. Coming up, a preview and how it could be a make-or-break night for the mayor of South Bend.
And you can't get beef on your nachos Bel Grande in some places. We'll show you why Taco Bell is in the middle of a major recall. Todd.
And as you start your morning commute on this Tuesday, no weather-related issues at all. That is the good news. We are going to give you the green light with temperatures right around 40 degrees. However, your evening commute will start to introduce the chance of a few rain showers as we get closer to the 5 and 6 o'clock hour. We'll time out the rain showers for you and look ahead to the weekend, which features another warm-up coming up in just a few minutes. You're watching Good Morning Indiana right here on RTV6.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. The time right now is 6:44, and we're taking a look at your commute on the south side. A heads up to drivers who normally take I-65 to get to work from the south side. This impacts you. This is a live look at the County Line Road exit. The slowdown on the left side of your screen, that's the northbound lanes. We do have a crash at Stop 11 Road with injury reported, blocking some lanes of traffic. Things are still moving, but they are at a standstill at times. So give yourself that extra time. Maybe use US 31 as your detour this morning. Well, some of their campaigns may be on the ropes. That's why tonight's Democratic presidential debate out in Ohio could be make or break for some of the candidates.
It will be the most crowded stage yet, 12 candidates on one night. The three early frontrunners, Joe Biden and Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, will hope to maintain their edge as South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg and others try to close the gap. ABC's Rachel Scott is in Westerville, Ohio with more.
In Westerville, Ohio, the stage is set, and it's the biggest in presidential primary history. 12 candidates on a single stage for tonight's Democratic debate. That's two more than the last time around. Senator Kamala Harris telling me this weekend that supersized lineup will come at a cost.
I don't think as much that can be talked about in a serious way.
The three early frontrunners will be center stage. Senator Bernie Sanders will return back to the spotlight after suffering a heart attack. But before he steps back into the ring, the senator making his case for why he deserves the progressive vote over Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth, I think, as you know, has said that she is a capitalist through her bones. I'm not.
Mayor Pete Buttigieg also taking a dig at Warren, saying her push for Medicare for all amounts to a proposal that's, quote, my way or the highway. But looming over tonight's debate, the battle over impeachment. Democrats escalating their attacks on President Trump after he asked both Ukraine and China to investigate Joe Biden and his son Hunter, who had business dealings there while his father was vice president. Hunter announcing he will step down from his board position at a Chinese-backed company.
Why is he just now making the decision to step down from the board of a Chinese-backed company?
No one has indicated of any consequence that anything was done wrong or illegally by me or by my son.
And that is one big wild card for tonight, if Joe Biden will get questions about his son's business dealings and if his rivals will criticize him for it. Rachel Scott, ABC News, Westerville, Ohio.
And coming up on Good Morning America, Amy Robach sits down with Hunter Biden in an exclusive interview. Hunter, Joe Biden's son, has been a focal point in the political firestorm for his former position on the board of a Ukrainian gas company. She met with him over the weekend at his home in Los Angeles, and no questions were off limits. Again, you can see the exclusive interview at 7 o'clock this morning on Good Morning America.
At 6:47, President Trump's former top Russia advisor, Fiona Hill, testified in the impeachment inquiry for more than 10 hours on Monday. In the closed-door deposition, she raised concerns about the role of the president's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, in a foreign policy towards Ukraine. Hill says Giuliani pushed for the removal of U.S. ambassador to Ukraine and for Ukraine to investigate Trump's potential presidential rival, Joe Biden, and son Hunter Biden. President Trump also made their request for the investigation, which is what sparked the impeachment probe.
The U.S. has imposed new sanctions on Turkey over the country's attacks into northern Syria. But members of Congress from both parties say they don't go far enough. Trump authorized the sanctions with an executive order to raise steel tariffs by 50% and cut off trade negotiations. But Republicans who have defended the president during the impeachment investigation are not standing by him on Turkey. That's because the attacks in Syria began after President Trump ordered the removal of U.S. troops who were protecting Kurdish forces along the border with Turkey. The attacks have led to the escape of dozens of ISIS prisoners who were being guarded by the Kurds.
Taco Bell will be missing a major ingredient today because of a recall. The restaurant chain is now recalling 2.3 million pounds of seasoned beef. The beef supplier, Kenosha Beef and International, is in Columbus, Ohio, and it issued a recall after the concern that this meat could be contaminated with metal shavings. Taco Bell says the beef was removed from locations across 21 states. The restaurant chain is now working with the supplier and the USDA to fix the problem. Back here at 6:48, we do want to talk about our weather today. It was pretty nice out yesterday evening, Todd.
Yeah, you know, it was beautiful. Temperatures were in the 60s. The sun was shining, so it wasn't all that bad, although we did cool down quite quickly once the sun set. Today, actually going to be a little bit warmer than yesterday. We're still cool this morning with temperatures that are in the 30s and 40s across the area. This afternoon, no, it turns breezy, it turns mild, but here's the key word. It's still dry. However, this evening, that's when we're going to bring some scattered showers into the forecast. If you do have evening plans, you may want to have the umbrella handy, but until then, you should be just fine. 37 in Crawfordsville, 34 in Columbus. You're one of our cool spots this morning. 36 as you make your way over into the Richmond area. So as we work our way throughout the day today, it's a good day for your dog walking forecast, and our featured dogs of the day today are Gabby and Hugo. Take a look at them. They're all ready to go for their walk, and Sheila tells me they like to go out in the cool, crisp weather in the morning, although yesterday morning was a little chilly for them. But today will warm up nice and quickly throughout the course of the day. Should be into the low 60s already by the noon hour, 71 degrees by 4 p.m. So we'll give you the green pause from start to finish here throughout the day today. Now, as far as that rain goes, what's going to happen is there's two fronts coming through during the day today. The first one's a warm front, and that is down to our south. That one comes through dry. It just ushers in the warmer temperatures, and it'll help to increase the wind a little bit this afternoon. The cold front is still well off to our west, and there's not a lot of moisture with it. So as it does come through, essentially it's going to have to try to manufacture its own moisture. We're not picking up any Gulf moisture or anything like that. So with that said, there could be a stray shower in far western locations as we get into the early afternoon hours. Here we are at 2:30, but it's really not until after 7 o'clock that this broken line of showers and maybe a rumble of thunder makes its way through the area. And by the time we get to about midnight, 1 o'clock, the rain is off towards the east, and your Wednesday morning commute will be completely dry. This is not a lot of rain that's heading our way for most of us. We're generally looking at probably about 1/10 of an inch or less. However, there could be a few heavier totals as you work your way into southern locations where you have the better potential, at least maybe for a few non-severe thunderstorms. And so some locales, Columbus down to Seymour, and then over towards Connorsville, will have the potential maybe to get up close to an inch of rain as this front moves through. Once the front's out of here, it ushers in a cooler air mass once again. Highs tomorrow, chilly. We're only in the low 50s with skies that'll be partly cloudy, but the cool down, it doesn't last all that long. We're still probably in the upper 50s as we work our way into Thursday, but Friday we make the jump into the low 60s. Saturday we make the jump up into the low 70s with partly cloudy skies. So mild today, a little bit of a cool down, and then mild temperatures work their way back in for the weekend. Again, this evening showers, most of them should hold off until after 7 o'clock. From that point through about midnight, though, have the umbrella handy. Lauren?
All right, Todd. We do have a little bit of good news for drivers on the south side. One lane has reopened here along northbound I-65. We had a crash cleanup at Stop 11 Road, and that was bringing traffic to a halt in the northbound lanes. We still have one lane blocked in that area. Injuries reported, but thankfully you can see things are starting to move a little bit in that area. Just a heads up, things may be slower than normal for your south side commute.
It's a new excuse you can use for why you really want that candy bar out of the machine at work, and it's backed up by science. We'll show you the bleary-eyed reason you may want that salty or sweet snack later today, or in about 20 minutes for all of us. We'll be right back.
Visit the Hiring Hoosiers job board.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. Traffic alert for drivers on the south side. So we've been following the crash on northbound lanes of I-65, slowing things down. This is a live look near County Line Road. You can see things are moving, but it's still pretty slow in that area. But look off in a distance at all of those lights. That's on the exit ramp there. County Line Road, we have a crash that was just reported along County Line Road at I-65, and that is bringing traffic to a halt. So avoid that area. I would use Southport Road. Even the Main Street exits instead of County Line Road at this hour will continue to keep you updated.
The bats of the St. Louis Cardinals are still ice cold, but that could be because of the Washington Nationals pitchers. Steven Strasburg struck out 12 Cardinals batters over 7 innings last night. Washington's offense also came up big as the Nationals win 8-1. They now lead the National League Championship Series 3-0 and have a chance to wrap up the series tonight in Washington.
Well, how much guacamole could you get from this? Take a look. The Guinness Book of World Records has certified this as the biggest avocado ever grown. It was grown in Hawaii on the island of Maui by the Pokini family, and it weighs in at a whopping 5 pounds, 9.6 ounces. Yes, the Pokinis say the avocado did become guacamole, but they didn't say how much guac it made. And I hope it was during the peak time of it being ripe, yes. Meredith, because, you know, from me packing my lunch, it's a very small window.
Very small window, yes. Well, here is something else to calm that craving that you may be having for chips, Cheetos, or chocolate. It may be because you aren't getting enough shut-eye.
Yeah, a new study from Northwestern University says so. The study says that a lack of sleep increases hormones called endocannabinoids. Those hormones make eating more pleasurable, but it also makes you crave foods like burgers, chips, donuts. Researchers say not getting enough sleep also disrupts communication between the brain's neurons involved in appetite, which can lead to bad choices. And I think we can all stand by this study.
Yeah.
We're
as we go stand by the vending machine.
The vending machine out here. Never cared about chips on the weekend, but something about being at work here, I'm like, chips.
8 a.m. I could eat a chocolate bar, right? No hesitation.
Happens when you get up in the 2 a.m. hour,
exactly.
Right?
It's lunchtime for us right now.
Absolutely.
So terrible.
All right, we're starting off with lots of sunshine, cool temperatures. Turns into a mild afternoon for us at 72 degrees, but from about 6, 7 o'clock onward today, look for some scattered showers to develop.
All right, Todd, thanks so much, and thank you for joining us. We're back here in 25 minutes and all throughout Good Morning America.
And don't forget, all your news throughout the day can be found on the RTV6 app. Thanks for joining us. Have a great Tuesday.